Welcome back to the Secret Wine Society podcast. I'm Robert.
And I'm Dawn. It's so good to be here with you.
So, Dawn, I have a scene for you. It's Tuesday night. I'm making a simple pasta dish, and I go to my wine fridge, and I just stand there, staring,
I know this scene well.
right? And sitting right there next to my favorite Pinot Noir is a bottle of sake a friend brought over. And I'm just stuck. Wine or sake? How do you even begin to decide?
Oh, the great dinner debate. I think a lot of people feel that. They're curious about sake, but wine feels familiar and safe.
Exactly. So today we're going to talk about it. Wine or sake for dinner, and how to make that choice without any stress.
And let's start with the most important rule. There is no wrong answer. If you enjoy what you're drinking with your food, you've made the right choice, period.
Okay, I love that. No pressure. But for those who want a little guidance, let's offer a simple rule to start with.
Let's do it.
My go-to rule is match intensity with intensity.
Yes, that's the perfect starting point.
So a big, bold steak with a rich sauce, that can handle a powerful red wine. A light, delicate piece of sashimi, that calls for something more subtle.
Exactly. A customer came into the shop the other day making a beautiful, simple steamed fish with ginger and scallions. He was going to grab a big California Chardonnay. We chatted, and he left with a clean, crisp Junmai sake instead. He came back the next day just to say how perfectly it worked.
Because it didn't overpower the food, it complemented it.
Right, it let the fish be the star.
Okay, so let's use that rule and talk through some common foods. Let's start with seafood, since that's where people often think of sake.
For sure. With things like sushi, oysters, or that steamed fish, sake is just a natural fit. It often has this subtle, savory quality that just clicks with seafood.
It really does. But what about a classic chicken and fish? For me, that's crying out for a zesty Sauvignon Blanc or even sparkling wine.
Oh, 100%. That bright acidity cuts through the richness of the fried batter. It's like a squeeze of lemon.
Okay, how about chicken? Say a simple roast chicken.
Roast chicken is the ultimate blank canvas. You could go with a richer white wine like a Chardonnay or a lighter red wine like a Pinot Noir.
Classic choices. But what about sake?
I pick a sake that has a bit more body, maybe something labeled Junmai Gingo. They often have a fuller, rounder texture that would be beautiful with the tender meat of the chicken.
Love that. Okay, what about something tricky? Cheese. People always assume red wine and cheese.
And sometimes that's great, but honestly, sake and cheese is one of my favorite surprise pairings, especially with creamy cheeses like brie or goat cheese. The sake cleanses your palate in a really lovely way.
That's a great tip. And finally, the big one. Takeout. Pizza night.
For pizza, I usually reach for a simple, juicy Italian red, something that can hang with the tomato sauce and cheese.
Me too. But for Thai or Vietnamese takeout, the slight sweetness in some sake is magic with the chilies and herbs in that food. It's often better than wine.
Totally agree. It just works.
You know, we've mentioned the term Junmai a few times. I think that's a key point of confusion for people new to sake. They see all these different names on the bottle and don't know where to start. But you know, beyond all the food rules, sometimes it just comes down to mood and setting.
This is so important. How are you feeling? What's the occasion?
Right. A quiet weeknight dinner for one, I might just want a simple glass of something comforting and familiar, like a rosé. No thinking required.
But for a date night, maybe you want to open something a little more special. A beautiful bottle of sake can feel really elegant and thoughtful. It's an experience.
It really can. And when friends are over, it's fun to have both. Let people try things. Pour a little bit of a white wine and a little bit of a sake, and see what they like best with the appetizers.
Yes, it takes all the pressure off. The goal is to have fun and connect, not to pass a test. The mood matters more than the rules.
Okay, let's touch on serving, because I think people get intimidated by sake. They think they need special cups or temperatures.
And you really, really don't. A regular wine glass is perfect for sake. It actually lets you smell all the beautiful aromas.
That's my number one tip. Don't worry about those little ceramic cups unless you want to. Just use a wine glass. What about temperature?
So simple. Most sake you'll find is best with a light chill, just like a white wine. Pop it in the fridge for a half hour before dinner, done.
And what about finishing the bottle? A bottle of wine, you feel like you need to finish it. Sake feels different.
It is, and that's one of its best features. Just put the cap back on and put it in the fridge. It will stay fresh for at least a week, sometimes longer. So you can just have a small glass and save the rest. No pressure to finish it.
All right, so to make it even easier, let's end with one bottle each. If you had to suggest one go-to works with everything wine, what would it be?
Ooh, just one?
You can do it.
Okay. For wine, I'd say a dry rosé from Provence. It has the crispness of a white wine and just enough body to stand up to things like chicken or pork. It's incredibly versatile.
Excellent choice. For my one wine, I'd go with Pinot Noir. It's a lighter bodied red that works with everything from salmon to mushrooms to that Tuesday night pasta. It's just so food friendly.
Can't argue with that. Okay, my turn. One go-to sake for someone who is just starting out.
This is the big one.
Look for something called Junmai Ginjo. Just remember that phrase. These sakes are generally aromatic, clean, and slightly fruity. They are fantastic on their own and pair with a huge range of foods, from salads to grilled chicken. It's a perfect place to start your sake journey.
So, the main takeaway here is not to be afraid. Wine and sake are both just delicious drinks made to be enjoyed with food. They can absolutely live on the same dinner table.
Exactly. Be curious, try something new, and trust your own taste. You're the one eating dinner after all.
If you want to explore more, please come visit us at the Secret Wine Society. We'd be happy to help you find the perfect bottle, whether it's wine or sake.
Thanks so much for joining us at the table today.
Until next time, cheers.